Good evening, everyone. Welcome to an episode of Change Starts with Us Ohio. Today we're with Frank P. Woods. He is going to continue on his journey of innocence. Welcome, Frank.
Hey, Jim. Thanks for having me back again. I do appreciate this very much.
Sure.
It's nice to have a chance to have to say in the matter, a voice. I was not allowed to testify during trial, and it became a big problem because the jury only heard one side. And anytime we do a one-sided inquiry, you always end up at a one-sided conclusion. And, Jim, I know for a while now, we've been talking about Dr. Suzanne Leger.
Right.
She was the state's expert psychiatric witness from Cornerstone Psychological Services out of Medina, Ohio.
Right.
And we spoke before, she's never testified for a witness. She never interviewed me. And right before trial.
This call is originating from an Ohio correctional facility and may be recorded and monitored.
And right before trial, we talked in the past how she walked that report in, her report, to Judge Collier in the Medina County Court of Common Pleas. And she walked it right to his office. And he said there was nothing exculpatory in there and illegally suppressed that document. Then gave it to his stenographer, Donna A.
Right.
Garrity, of the Medina County Court reporters, knowing she would destroy it. Everything was illegal. That was supposed to be, one, given to my lawyer for him to review. Then if the judge was going to suppress it, it was supposed to, by law, be placed with the clerk of courts, and not a stenographer. And so everybody knows we're talking about a case that did erupt out of the Medina County Court of Common Pleas. State of Ohio versus Frank P. Wood, that's me, the wrongfully convicted. Medina County case number 05CR0365. And everything we discuss is based on state, court, and public records and verified by affidavit, and it's all published on my website at www.freefrankpwood.com. The reason we did everything by affidavit is because the state would have to contest that affidavit with an affidavit and evidence in open court to shut me down. They can't. That's their problem, because everything we're talking about is pretty much their evidence. So we got to a point where, Jim, in our last call before COVID-19 hit this prison, that Dr. Leger actually didn't have the dates of the alleged felony 1 rape. She's the psych. She didn't have the dates. That's interesting. She had no idea. Now, I'm talking about the indicted date, so everybody knows, of October 1st through 3rd of 2004. You can download my indictment, my search warrant, and my bill of particulars from my website. Don't be shy. It's all there. Now, that was tragic because the indictment and the bill of particulars does not even give a crime scene location. So there's no location, no date. It just says Medina County. So how do you identify a perpetrator? Yeah, that's not good. So now I have something here as we get further into that. And this is like skeletons in the closet for those who did this to me. And so can you hear me, Jim?
Yes.
Okay, just checking, because every now and then this phone gets this little thing to it here. And oh my goodness. Okay. Now, there was an affair. Everyone knows I had an affair with a client's wife. I was single. She came on to me. She moved in, got pregnant. Charges came against me. All right? Motive. So, in my book, I want to refer to Exhibit 19. It's a letter to the Ohio Innocence Project, dated August 31st, 2015. And I'm reading from page 4 and paragraph 4. Now, there was a change in the parenting responsibilities of this legal guardian girl. She was not their daughter. And I am talking about Scott Sadowski and Danielle Sadowski. Danielle Sadowski is now known as Danielle Smith on Facebook. Here it is. An affair, a pregnancy, a brutal divorce, and criminal allegations. Now we have a major role reversal while Danielle and Scott glorified each other under oath. Families only do such things when they're hiding something. Let me explain. Scott Sadowski testified that the parenting responsibilities for this girl were placed on him by Danielle. Danielle wanted nothing to do with this child. Scott brought her in the house against Danielle's will and wishes. Exhibit 9 in my book is a pretrial history.
This call is originating from an Ohio correctional facility and may be recorded and monitored.
I have with Danielle. And a lot of information comes right from the trial record. Then there's a document, Exhibit 11 in my book. It's who or what destroyed the Sadowski marriage. In there, Scott Sadowski admits that Danielle resented that girl. That's horrifying. Let me explain. Danielle does not possess the natural maternal instincts to care for a child that is not her own. When Danielle moved in with me, she favored her son Alex. All this is in the transcripts, okay? Now, she placed her parenting responsibilities for this girl in my home on me as well. Okay, we now have a pattern of behavior. But when you look at the transcripts and all the records that I have, when Danielle went down with the girl twice under Scott's orders to Montville Police Department on 2 separate dates to actually file rape charges against me. Montville PD out of Medina County, they said there's no case here. They refused to file charges and terminated the case against me. Okay? Now, when Montville ended up at Danielle's apartment on another day with Medina County Children's Services, Danielle was involved in the interview, not Scott. Let's see here. Oh yeah, Danielle resented this girl, and that's transcript page 201 through 202. Okay? Now, this is interesting. I almost got it here, Jim. This is so much happened. Now, why all this was happening, Scott testified that he took no action. But when you read Dr. Lesureur's report and Dr. Lesureur's her testimony, she said mother and daughter. Scott was not involved in that interview. During the video interview of the girl at Medina County Job and Family Services office, Danielle is in the video. They refused to show the video during trial. Scott was not involved. Again. Now, wait a minute. Then, I published some of the documents from Akron Children's Hospital medical report on my website. Okay? There in that interview, Danielle was present. Scott was not there. Wait a minute. Scott brings this child into the home against Danielle's wishes. He has sole parenting responsibility of this poor girl. After the charges come about, all of a sudden Danielle takes control under Scott's orders. First, we established the parenting roles. Then we established a parenting role reversal. A complete reversal for the investigation while Scott lurked in the shadows. Parents talk to any federal agent who is familiar with this type of case. They will tell you families only do such things during a crisis when they're hiding something. Now let me finish. On October 20th, the girl moves back in with Scott in 2004. Danielle is forced to get her own apartment girl stays with Scott under his sole custody and care until trial in May of 2005. We just established a second parenting role reversal. See what I'm getting at? They were hiding something. Now, what they were hiding is while Danielle approached.
This call is originating from an Ohio correctional facility and may be recorded and monitored.
Now, and what they were hiding was why Danielle left the sanctity of her marriage bed and approached me for a physical affair. She knew what was going on. Now that that's up out in the open, and I'm hoping some people are real nervous because you got to remember, Jim, everything I'm saying is on record. They can't hide this anymore, and I'm tired of it. Now, let's see here. Oh my goodness, Jim, there is so much material. I'm trying to give you all the highlights so you can clarify and see what's going on. Now, I want to talk about this before I proceed. I'm reading from page 282 from my book, A Blueprint for Wrongful Imprisonment, right out of my website. People can download the book for free in 9 consecutive files and other documents as well. During trial, as I was leaving the courthouse in the back of a cruiser, I saw Robin walking away with her daughter, while Danielle was walking away with her legal guardian daughter back to their cars. Robin was holding her daughter's hand. Danielle was walking about 3 feet between her and this poor girl, like a silent picture show. The broken mirrored image spoke volumes. Nobody could miss that. Nobody. And I sat there and I watched it. It was always like that. She hated that child. Now, friends of information, gotta get it all together. Now, Dr. Lejeune confirmed that this poor girl, a littering victim, was treated by a different therapist prior to trial. We knew she was taken from Grandma Alice's home. The prior therapist was Dr. Natalie Jenisek, who was never called in to testify during my trial. And again, the poor girl was taken from her grandmother's house in Olmsted Township by Cuyahoga County Children's Services. That's how Scott and Danielle got her. Okay? Now, Dr. Jenisek was treating this poor girl for prior sexual abuse and sexual activity with her brother that occurred prior to this girl meeting Dr. Lejeune and me. Then, the poor girl was caught in 2 sexual acts with her legal guardian brother, and Danielle called Children's Services and Dr. Lejeune. She told me about one, but not the other. Okay? So there was a lot going on. This poor kid was confused, abused, scared, and she had Danielle sitting there, and Danielle actually told her, Frankie raped you. Oh, that's just great. I can't wait till we get to the medical records that I have. Oh, yeah.
You have 1 minute remaining.
Oh, my goodness, that goes so fast. All right, Jim, I tell you what I'm going to do. So we can start the next part of this subject. I'm going to hang up and call you right back. Is that okay?
Yes, sounds great. Okay.
This call is originating from an
All right, he's got an interesting story, folks. I'm glad that people are taking the time to listen to some of these people that are trying to explain their innocence. So he will be calling back in a couple minutes, and then we'll go from there. You know, we do about a half hour at a time, you know, so that people don't get tired and so forth.
Hello. This call is from a correction facility and is subject to monitoring and recording. Thank you for using GTL.
Okay, Frank. Okay, go ahead.
Thank you, brother. I've been wanting to get to this very point for a long a life rape, okay? Because Dr. Lejeune amended the bill of particulars to make sure, and even in the transcripts, on transcript page 17, everybody that was involved in this case actually investigated October 20th. That's the day that was terminated against me, because I didn't do nothing, okay? Now, Dr. Lejeune is quoting this girl as far as when the crime actually occurred, and this is what she says. And this is transcript page 416, lines 16 through 17. This poor girl said that she was sexually assaulted. Here's the quote. Sometime after my birthday and before Halloween. This call is originating from an Ohio correctional facility and may be recorded and monitored. Again, I only knew this girl for 7 intermittent and partial days during the month of October of 2004. And the girl moved back in with Scott on the 20th. And according to Danielle, the girl and Scott, this girl spent the entire indicted weekend of abuse in Clinton Bay, she said, with my dad and not at Frank Wood's house. So we have just proven that this girl did not tell the psych everything. Did you follow me on that? Jim, you with me?
Oh, yes, I am.
All right, good, because this gets really, really intense. Because when the girl was being interviewed, let's see here, I got it too. Lovely. Jim, I'm switching documents on you right now.
Okay.
So everybody knows there's an affidavit of accusation that was filed by a lawyer on my behalf, Attorney Ronald R. Stanley, and a real good man. Now, I am reading. You can download this from my website, everybody, because Exhibit A in that document, those are my materially altered and incomplete transcripts. Yeah, the ones I got from the Attorney General. Lovely. Listen to this. Danielle testified that the girl was traditionally with Scott on the weekend, every Friday through Monday. Okay? I'm sorry, typically. Transcript page 87. Scott testified the girl was with her traditionally on the weekend, transcript page 185. The girl testified she always got to be with Dad on the weekends at Clinton Bay, transcript page 250. And that she could not ever recall staying at my house on a weekend, same page. Now, my lawyer, the prosecutor asked this girl, who is your dad? She answered, Scott Sadowski. Remember that, transcript page 223. Now here, my lawyer, Attorney Green, who could never tell if he was, you know what, Jim? I don't know what was with that guy. One minute he was fighting like a champ, next thing you know he was rolling over. I think he was struggling with his moral conscience. Listen to this. Now I'm reading right from this document, page 20 and 21, and I'm reading from which is transcript page 246 and 247 in my trial. This is from my lawyer. He addresses the girl and says, Miss Eisenhower, the prosecutor, asked you about incidents before your birthday in 2004. She said yes. That was when you turned 10? She said yeah. You got into double figures? She said yeah. She was aware it was the weekend of her 10th birthday. Listen to this. Did you celebrate your birthday? Did your dad celebrate your birthday with you too that year? Yeah. We had a big party at his place, not at Frank Wood's house. This is the girl. Okay, that was on your birthday, right? Yeah. You were staying with him at that time, weren't you? She said, yeah. So she just confirmed on the weekend of her 10th birthday, she's with him. That's the indicted weekend of abuse. He said, and that was your dad's weekend, wasn't it? It says, witness nodding affirmatively. Here it comes. And when you got back home after your birthday, you had another little birthday party at Frank Wood's house? She said yes. Wait a minute. Now we know where she was. And listen to this. My lawyer right then date of Friday when she was in Put-in-Bay. If you go 2 days before the day she returned to my house and had a birthday party, she was still in Put-in-Bay with Scott Sadowski. I'm in prison, Jim.
Hey, yeah.
I'm not happy, man. Every time I read this, I get on fire. I'm still throwing punches like it's the first round. That's the way it goes, you know? Now, I would like to see the Medina County prosecutor answer that question, who is he? They have no honor, no integrity, nothing. Now, the 2 days before, this is amazing. Oh, it gets much worse for them. The prosecutor told the jury regarding the 2 days before, she sat up here and told you a couple of days before my birthday. She said, that's evidence. That's evidence. This is the prosecutor. And then she said, there's been no evidence to the contrary. None. That is transcript page 524. The prosecutor knew. Tells the judge her testimony is bullshit because it matched the date in the amended bill of particulars. You see, with everybody...
This call is originating from an Ohio correctional facility and may be recorded and monitored.
Nobody caught it. Nobody caught it. I mean, really, do you really think I was in Put-in-Bay after my affair with an impregnation of Scott's wife, celebrating this girl's 10th birthday? No. She couldn't even identify me as the perpetrator. But she knew who she was with, where she was, and when it happened. On the dates of the indictment. In Put-in-Bay with Scott Sadowski and not at Frank Wood's house. They need to arrest him. This is a life sentence matter. I need everyone to understand I'm doing a life bid for something I did not do in a place I've never been. Everybody needs to understand this. And the felony 3, the other allegation, Judge Collier admits on record. What I'm hearing her say is, no, it didn't happen. They said, well, Judge Collier and Prosecutor Eisenhower sent me in prison on these damn charges because they knew they had to cover up their screw-up and protect their reputations. I lost a business. Lawsuits are very sticky, Jim, like crap on ceramic, okay? Nobody wants to pick up this proverbial turd from the clean end because they can't. Now, so they knew. They knew everything. They knew. Oh, here it is, transcript page 463. Your Honor, the victim testified that it was several days before her birthday, which is bullshit. And then admits he read the bill of particulars says first through third. Wow. And so everybody knows, hey, that's transcript page 463. Now, let's see here. Jim, thanks for letting me get this off my chest, man.
Sure.
And I appreciate everyone's patience and their listening. Oh, here it is, yeah. Yep, that's the exact quote. We got it right. Amazing, Jim. It's amazing. Now, my lawyer filed this with Ottawa County this year. Earlier this year, Ottawa County refused to do anything about it, even though the statute of limitations allows them to do so, and the evidence proves their testimony, he was there, and I wasn't. So this entire document of what the prosecutor had to say is published on my website. It's the affidavit of accusation. The document itself is 38 pages. It is double-spaced and a very concise breakdown of case, guilt, and my innocence. Okay? So I hope people share it with others. For now, Jim, wow, I can't believe we did this. Oh, listen to this. The girl testified that it hurt in her private area on that weekend, okay? Listen to this. Prosecutor Eisenhower asked this poor girl, okay, in that incident that occurred a couple of days before your 10th birthday, did he put his private inside your private? And the girl answered, yes. Wait a minute. She had a perfect, flawless, intact hymen. Okay? So what happened between this poor girl's legs? People need to think he did something down there, man. He was at least on her, pushing on her in one manner or another. They need to get him in here. Oh, trust me, there's enough people that read about this and have read these documents, and they look forward to him showing up. Now, the jury found me guilty, as you know, and that kind of concludes, Jim, this initial section regarding Dr. Lejeune, the parenting role reversals, and what happened, when it happened, where it happened, who was there, and I wasn't. So next time we get together, Jim, I would like to very much discuss the former Medina City detective, Mark Kohler. I have physical evidence from the Medina City Police Department in my possession and published on my website where he deliberately lied to the jury under oath. Judge Collier allowed for it, and former Assistant Prosecutor Ann Eisenhower assisted and helped him to do so.
This call is originating from an Ohio correctional facility and may be recorded and monitored.
And Brother Jim, thank you. Thank
Sure.
you everyone for listening.
We'll get you back on next week, okay?
Yeah, Jim.
Okay.
Give you a call Monday or Tuesday night. We'll try to set up a Thursday or Friday night again.
Sounds great, brother.
All right, listen, bless everybody, and thank you.
Okay.
Have a good
Thank you, everybody. Have yourself a great night.